Networking and marketing made simple is for you, the business owner who has a product, a service, or a message that you believe in. My name is Scott Aaron, and each week we'll take a behind-the-scenes look into the real-world marketing and networking tactics and strategies for getting what you have in front of you to a lot more people. Thanks for spending time with me, and now let's get started. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Networking and Marketing Made Simple. Super excited for today's episode for a number of reasons. First, tonight begins night number 1 of our 3-day simple content repurposing workshop. So we have over 400 people registered. It's not too late to sign up. So I will leave a link in the description so you can register, get your workbook, get the private Zoom, and join us tonight at 8 p.m. EDT, tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday. The other reason is I'm excited to talk about today's topic in regards to LinkedIn. And what we're going to talk about today are the 3 kinds of notes that you never ever want to add to a connection request on LinkedIn. Now, I am a big believer in connecting and messaging as genuinely and authentically as possible. And for me, I never ever accept a connection request that has 3 specific notes attached to them. And in the same respect, if I'm not going to accept a connection request that has one of these notes attached to it, I am never going to send it with myself attaching that note to a connection request as well. So this is my advice for all of you in when you are connecting with people on LinkedIn, do not send one of these 3 notes. The first one is never send a note and don't accept a connection request that has a note attached to it that is pitching you and selling you something that you don't even need. This is a big pet peeve of myself. I'm not really sure who is teaching this methodology of sending connection requests and adding a note to it while attaching that note that is just selling and pitching the person without even getting to know them first. I don't understand it. It makes 0 sense to me. Now, my wife and I always talk about something called the smell test. So if you were going to send a connection request and you were going to add a note that sold and pitched that person on something that you didn't even know if they needed or not, if that was sent to you, would you accept it? And if the answer is no, then it doesn't pass the smell test. It stinks. So don't send it. So never ever accept a connection request with a note added that is selling and pitching, nor should you be sending that yourself. Number 2, never accept a connection request or add a note to someone that you're looking to connect with that has something that says, I'd like to add you to my professional network. This is the very typical or canned message that LinkedIn provides people. So people ask, well, why are you hesitant on accepting a connection request or sending one that has the note, I'd like to add you to my professional network? Well, it brings up one big question. Why? Why would you like to add me to your professional network? Why would I like to add you to my professional network? If you really don't know the person, and if you really don't know why you'd like to add the person to your professional network without mentioning why, don't send it. This also drives me crazy because I think people are always looking for shortcuts. You want to shorten the learning curve, and sometimes sending no note attached to a connection request is better than adding one like that. Now, the third and final one that you never want to accept a connection request from, nor are you going to attach this note to a connection request you're sending, is, "Hi, Scott, I would love to join your network." Going back to what I just previously said in the second one, why? Why would you like to join my network? Or if you're sending that to someone, why do you want to join that person's network? This makes no sense to me whatsoever. And people actually feel and think that, you know what? If I add one of these three notes, it's going to increase the opportunity that I have to get people to accept a connection request, which is not true. So this brings up a question that I hear from people all the time. When do I add a note? Well, there's three instances where you're going to add a note to a connection request. First, if you know the person. Say you're connected to a friend from college or high school on Facebook or Instagram, and they happen to pop up in a search you're doing on LinkedIn. You can send them a connection request and simply say, "Hey, so-and-so, so great to see you pop up here on LinkedIn, would love to connect." That's appropriate because you actually know the person. The second instance where you're going to want to add a note is if you heard about that person, maybe on a podcast, maybe you read that person's book, maybe you attended a workshop that person did, maybe you met them in a networking event. Make mention of how you heard about them. So instead of saying, "Hi, Scott, I would like to join your network," you can simply say, "Hi, Scott, just read your book on LinkedIn. It's amazing and would love to connect with you on the platform as well." I'm going to accept that because the person actually found me by reading a book that I wrote. They searched me out on LinkedIn, added that note, and that will lead me to want to connect back with them. The third instance is if you mention who referred you to connect to that person. So this happens to me all the time. I'll get connection requests and the note that is added says, "Hey, Scott, your current client or friend or mutual connection of ours, Susie, mentioned that you are the best person to talk to teach them how to use LinkedIn. And she said for me to reach out to you to connect. Looking forward to speaking soon." I'm going, obviously, to accept that connection request because that's a referral. But they're also making a mention of how we know each other. That's the big thing. So those are the three instances where you do want to add a note, but the three times that you don't, the three notes you never want to send. Never pitch and sell the person in the note, nor should you accept a connection request that has it. Do not write, "I'd like to add you to my professional network," nor should you accept a connection that has that as well. And never say, "Hey, so-and-so, I would love to join your network," nor should you accept a connection request that has that. Now, again, don't forget, our 3-day simple content repurposing workshop begins tonight at 8 p.m. EDT, and it runs through Wednesday at 8 p.m. EDT. So it's tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. EDT, live and recorded. Replays are available till July 5th. So we hope to see you there. So everyone, please enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much again for checking out today's episode. And if you are listening through iTunes, Spotify, wherever you are, Please leave me a rating and review. Let me know what you loved, what you would like to see improved, or ideas you have for future episodes. And if you are interested in taking your business to the next level, don't hesitate to go to my website, www.scottaaron.net, where you can schedule a free discovery call with me, where I can learn more about you, your business, what you're struggling with, and how we can work together. And don't forget to check out my wife, Nancy, and mine, our free community on Facebook called LinkedIn Leads for Life. We would love to see you in there. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you, everyone, for your support. Grateful for each and every one of you.